Hello, users, and welcome to another episode of Above It All, the series in where I talk about the world around us. Everybody, this is all happening live. I know it feels like it's a dream. I know it feels like it's a cool TV show. I've got a smudge on my glasses, so hold the phone. But, hold the phone. Anyway, so, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, the bumbling buffoon, Boris Johnson, has come out with a new, PSA amidst the climb. The United Kingdom seems to be going for the #1 spot on the coronavirus death leaderboard. You know, it feels like it's one of those things where it's like, let's look at total deaths. Yeah, they're apparently, according to this Worldometer site, #2 on the leaderboard. So, I mean, that's pretty good. That's like you can definitely tell that there's a solid effort by the government, the Boris Johnson government, that, there's a solid effort that they're really just, of course the plan started oh yeah, let's do herd immunity, and then they pumped their brakes once they realized, oh, that would kill off a majority of our population, let's not do that. And now Boris Johnson is back, and he's got some tips and pointers for y'all, and it's really interesting because nobody else in the United Kingdom seems to like them, including the First Minister of Scotland, but we'll get to that in a moment. I just picked a little sample part of this video. I'm not going to play the whole thing because it's a waste of all of our time, but let's see what he's got to say.
The lower the level, the fewer the measures, the higher the level, the tougher and stricter we will have to be. There will be 5 alert levels. Level 1 means the disease is no longer present in the UK, and level 5 is the most critical, the kind of situation we could have had if the NHS had been overwhelmed. Over the period of the lockdown, we've been in level 4, and it's thanks to your sacrifice we're now in a position to begin to move in steps to level 3, and as we go, everyone will have a role to play in keeping the R down by staying alert and following the rules. And
staying alert. So that's his new slogan. Stay alert, everybody. If you don't stay alert, then you're going to die. You got to stay alert. Not stay at home, not wash your hands, not be safe, not, social distance, but stay alert. When you go into the crowded mall, as long as you got your eyes peeled, you're looking over there, ooh, I'm staying alert. Oh, hey now, hey, look, I'm alert. I don't know, it doesn't mean anything. And speaking of it doesn't mean anything, I'm actually getting backed up here by the First Minister of Scotland, who, as you can see here in this quotation, the First Minister had earlier said that she had first learned about the UK government's new slogan in the Sunday papers and admitted, quote, I do not know what stay alert means. She doesn't know what it means, and I find that to be hilarious. There's another part of this that I wanted to highlight here. Miss Sturgeon added that the message in Scotland is not stay at home if you can, but rather stay at home, full stop. So Boris Johnson seems to be taking some sort of message out of the Trump playbook, where it's try to pretend like it's not still escalating, try to pretend like you've got things under control, and then hopefully, if it does slow down, you can get out ahead on the curve and say, look, it's because of us, it's because we were staying alert, it's because we were doing all this, and look, we had the little numbers, and look at the numbers, look at the, ooh, look.
To level 3, and as we...
Yeah, look, we're in between 3 and 4, whatever the fuck that means, right? Why not have a 10-point scale and then put us at 7? No. That's dangerous. Let's just make it in between 3 and 4. Is that 3.9? Is that 4? Because theoretically 0 would be the bottom, and then by the time you hit the top of 1, that would be 1. So does that mean that we're just at 3? Is that what that means? So are we at 3 or are we not at 3? Why would you do that? Why would you devise a numerical system and then just add fractions to it unnecessarily? It's a little bizarre. But again, the government around the world, like, all the governments around the world besides South Korea, for the most part, seem to be kind of not really doing so hot. At least, a lot of the major governments around the world. I've heard some stories about a lot of these really small countries actually, like, because of the fact that they're so small, like, they're able to, like, kind of get things into high gear and start to, like, I have to look into more of this, of course, but, like, some of the smaller countries are actually able to prepare themselves for what COVID is doing because they're not like a giant brainwashed like amalgamation of like Trump supporting, Boris supporting like redneck and whatever the equivalent is in the United Kingdom. Dumb motherfuckers like lacrosse playing like fucking jackasses, right? Like fucking football playing motherfuckers, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, man. This is one of those things where it's like if we had, Jeremy Corbyn as the prime minister right now, there'd probably be a whole lot fewer deaths. And that's the thing about COVID, that really we're able to kind of track how dangerous these stupid reality TV show leaders are. Like, you look at Brazil, and Brazil is still trying to jail their former president, while the president is out there literally saying COVID is a hoax and it does not exist. Not saying, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Not saying whatever. He's just saying straight up, we're not going to do jack shit. This is fine. Everything's cool. God bless America. And that's just like super bizarre. You look at Bolivia, which had the Evo Morales government that actually, was one of the last remaining strongholds of the pink tide, like the leftist kind of like watch over South America. And then, of course, he got ousted in a U.S.-backed military coup, and all of a sudden, the government's falling apart. This new, like, Christian fundamentalist moron Looney Tune, who is now the president, the fake president of Bolivia, is basically eradicating all the social safety nets and leaving all of the poor people in Bolivia out to die. And this is like, people are confused, why is this happening? What's going on? It's because of these stupid, buffoonish leaders. Actions have consequences. Like, when you vote for Donald Trump in 2016, you're not going to vote for him for just like a season of fucking television. You're voting for him for 4 fucking years. And, we've hit a pandemic at the worst possible spot. If it were 2017, we'd still have the pandemic response team. If Bolton and fucking Trump and all the Republican fucking ghouls didn't, connive and convene to destroy the pandemic response team over the course of 2017 and 2018, and of course bring people out of Wuhan, China, people that were actually field researching in these wet markets to see if things were getting out of control. If we would have just not done that, if we would have had this pandemic a year earlier, we would be in a lot better of a position, because the whole Steve Bannon idea for what the United States has gone for is dismantle everything, take out all the administrative state, and hey, actions have consequences. When you vote for a bunch of stupid motherfuckers, this is what happens. You and your family are going to die. And the same thing goes for the United Kingdom. They were in such a very, very precarious position with this whole Brexit garbage. Yeah, Brexit's still happening in 2020. They were in this whole precarious situation that Boris Johnson, buffoonish, dumb fuck, low IQ moron, was able to win a giant majority. And let's not even bring up the fact that the Labour Party actually undermined their own electoral chances by lying to their leader because they don't ooh, Jared Jesus too left. Oh my God, it's so scary. Yeah, egg on your face, motherfucker. Egg on anybody's face who over the past, in the Democratic primary, oh, Medicare for all who want it. Oh, people worked so hard for their health care at the workplace. Why take it away? Why take it away? Well, why take it away? Oh, what a stupid question. Guess what? It's gone, motherfucker. That shit does not exist anymore. All the gaslighting, all the stupid fucking cringy Brexit garbage that we've had to endure over the last 3, 4, or 5 years or so is culminated in this moment where where you see in Georgia 80% of people hospitalized due to COVID are African American, where if you look at the overall, population, they're about 30% of the population in Georgia. That's a disparity. That's wild. Isn't that crazy? That's like more than double the people in the fucking state that are in the fucking hospitals. I wonder why that is. No, you don't need to wonder why that is, because these governments do not care about you. All they care about are lining up their pockets with the Treasury. That's all they care about. And look at, what was the first thing the United States did when they had a chance to pass the stimulus package? It was, let's just mint trillions of dollars. Not for the American people. Rashida Tlaib put out a bill and people were like, how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it? And then, a few weeks later, okay, we'll just spend even more money on corporate bailouts. Like, for example, if you were to have divided the entire CARES Act stimulus fucking bill, by each individual would get about $10,000. Did you get a check for $10,000? No, I got a check for $1,200. There's a zero missing on that fucking check. I couldn't find it. I was looking, I got my magnifying glass out, and I was like, where's that extra zero? Where'd the rest of this money go? Oh, you know where it went? To the fucking rich people in our country. That's where it fucking went. And the same thing's going on in the United Kingdom, because they have a very similar fucking government with this Boris-ass motherfucking Boris, more like boring. Am I right? Look at this guy. He's a fucking buffoon. The United Kingdom fucked up so bad with this COVID crisis that Boris almost died from it. I'm still shaking hands. It's part of the culture. You gotta shake hands. Oh yes, I'm gonna shake hands and touch your face. And then I'm Boris Johnson. Oh no, I'm in the ICU. What happened? Jolly good, jolly good. It's just so stupid. We live in a fucking hell world, everybody. And if you live in the United Kingdom or the United States, solidarity in the fact that we're all gonna die under the regimes of the fucking orange, yellow-haired buffoon comedians, and that's just how it's gonna happen. Look at this guy. I have the fucking audio off, and he's having a constipation fit. What are you doing, dude? Uncurl your fucking, unclench your fists, man. What the fuck? Anyway, we're about to die. We're all gonna die. Just prep up, enjoy the rest of your life, because I'm sure it's I don't know. What are we gonna do? The United States, we're reopening soon. I do not see a way out of this. I've tried to be an optimist for the last few years. Bernie Sanders' campaign really kind of helped me become an optimist. But now that he's gone, and by the way, I'm very upset at the fact that he has not taken a leadership position during this over the last few weeks. I don't know, he did at the very start, but then everyone ignored him. And I guess Bernie was like, okay, well, I guess everyone ignored me, so I'm just going to, I know he's been doing good stuff behind the scenes, and of course, I would never, just dislike him in any capacity, but I wish he were taking more. I wish he didn't drop out, because if he had that whole, yeah, sure, I'm still a presidential candidate platform, he would be able to do more as far as actually getting a message out there, and Joe Biden isn't doing jack fuck all. And, we just have no leadership in either of these fucking areas. Jeremy Corbyn doesn't have any power whatsoever. We have no leadership. Anybody? The only leadership we can look to are these guys. These guys. We're the point where, the First Minister of Scotland's what? No, don't stay alert. Stay home. The United Kingdom isn't like the United States where we have 50 governors or whatever. The United Kingdom has what? I think it's Wales, Northern Ireland. Is it Northern Ireland or Ireland? I forget which one. I'm sorry. I really don't mean to be offensive. And then Scotland and England, right? It's not like they've got 50 of these motherfuckers. You can't coordinate between 4 or 5 jackasses and say okay, this is what we'll do, and then all that. You can't do that? Really? Come on. The fact that the First Minister of Scotland had no idea what the hell this was until it actually happened on live television, that's just ridiculous. And the same thing is happening in the United States. Donald Trump is just saying, fuck off to all the governors that need help in blue states, not the red states. The red states he's best friends with, But in the blue states, fuck off, mate. You don't need anything here. You PPE, PPW, WXYRZ. It doesn't matter. These people don't care. These people don't care. And I don't know what else. I don't know. The United Kingdom's fucked. You look again, at the leaderboard. The United Kingdom definitely has a lot to go left. Of course, the United States is 80,000 now, which is more than double the United Kingdom. But honestly, I mean, Boris is really trying his best. You know, like, that's the thing is, if you're number one, then the spotlight's on you. And then, like, you know, you have people writing articles about you all across the world. Number two, that reminds me of shit. And I don't like shit, you know? That's why if I were in the United Kingdom, I would have voted for Labour, because I don't like shit. But guess what? I live in the United States, and I guess the United Kingdom just has a general low IQ, just like the United States does. But I mean, it's also possible that they're cheating in the elections too. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I think that the English system of governance is probably a little bit more concrete than ours. But who knows? I don't know. It's just one of those things where actions have consequences. And honestly, the fact that there hasn't been a revolution yet, I don't know. I guess we're just never going to get one. Yeah, I guess at this point we're all just gonna die and starve and suffer under late stage capitalism and do nothing about it. I don't know. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, I do not know what stay alert means.